Welcome to Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs. Make your mark. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Tuesday, July 19th, 2016. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. Just a few weeks away from making his second consecutive trip to the 212 Olympia stage, New York's own Marco Rivera is really starting to dial it in. Expectations were high for Rivera heading into this season after a monstrous 2015 campaign that saw him place top 10 at the Arnold before going on to earn his first career win at the Puerto Rico Pro. We haven't seen much of Rivera this season outside of his second place finish back at the New York Pro, but right now all signs are indicating that he's on track to blow last year's Olympia look out of the water. At his best, Rivera has the ability to be a guy who competes for a spot in that top group. But if he's anything less than 100%, it'll be tough to make waves in that deep Olympia lineup. It's just business as usual for IFBB figure superstar Alison Fraud. Over the weekend, the perennial Olympia contender was spotted putting in some long, hard hours at the office as she transitions into the next phase of her contest prep. It's already been a busy year for Frahn, who's racked up 5 straight top 10 finishes through the first half of the season, and doesn't appear to be showing any signs of slowing down. When she's on the money, Frahn is as good as anyone in the sport right now. And the second place look she brought to the Phil Heath Classic earlier this season might have been the best we've ever seen from her. If she can take her time adding some finishing touches over the next few weeks and just learn to play to her strengths, she certainly has a chance to finish top 6 or better in Las Vegas. It looks like the bodybuilding gods have been kind to Nguyen as of late. Recently, some new photos surfaced of a noticeably bigger Nguyen who appears to be looking as good as we've ever seen him. Earlier in the year, Nguyen finished 7th back at the California Pro and brought in what was arguably his best conditioning of all time to hold his own in a very deep lineup. As far as raw talent goes, Nguyen has enough that should he set his mind to it, he can certainly be a guy we regularly see finishing in the top 10 at some of the big shows throughout the year. And if he's finally figured out the formula to get his conditioning just right, we could really see him continue to improve as the year goes on. The early offseason seems to be doing a world of good for Juan Morel. After announcing a few weeks ago that he was planning to shut it down for the rest of the contest season, Morel's been getting back to eating big and training heavy, something that helped him turn into one of the sport's real legitimate superstars. Over the weekend, Juan released some new footage from a recent leg training session, where we see him show off some of that classic Juan Morel raw power that's made him famous over the years. Now that he's finally taken some time to hit the reset button and focus on getting his body back on track, it feels like come next season, we're going to get a bigger, better, and revitalized version of Morel that's ready to take on all comers. And a bigger, better, revitalized version of Morel is something that's probably going to cause more than a few people to lose some sleep once he finally gets back on the grind. After another long and productive offseason, it looks like our old friend Dusty Hanshaw is finally starting to dial things in. Last year, Hanshaw made an IFBB debut that was nearly 20 years in the making back at the Phoenix Europa Pro, and ended up finishing the weekend with a well-deserved top 10 finish. Over this weekend, one of the true blue-collar workers in bodybuilding released a few new progress photos, showing off some of the results from 12 months of good old-fashioned heavy training. Despite being north of 40, Hanshaw still continues to find new ways to improve year in and year out, adding new wrinkles to a veteran physique that's seen just about everything over the years. And with the new improvements that he's bringing to the table again this season, don't be surprised to see him creep up and upset the lineup at some point before the year's end. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs. Make your mark. Check out ironmaglabs.com today. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Hey guys, it's Stevie B here. If you like what you're seeing, hit the subscribe button below and never miss another RxMuscle show, segment, or update. RxMuscle is #1. Woo!